Let's have a look at what's coming up this week. I need to look at the paper, really, get the fixtures. I can tell you what's happening on Thursday, because the freshly drunk Warrington Wolves will be dragging themselves out of the old battle cruiser.
Do you think they've done a whole lot they did when they won the Challenge Cup a few years ago?
Yeah.
They're on the drink till Wednesday.
No training this week.
Believe so. Whoever sober's playing.
Plenty of coffee.
Andrew Henderson.
Possibly, yeah.
He had a great game.
Not sure Ben wrestled after he was in the tunnel.
Oh, well, he had a few beers, let him off. Right, we are live. Salford against Warrington Thursday night. Right, legend. Salford a week off. Big win over Hull. Chomping at the bit. Potentially two wins. All right, they're 2 wins away from guaranteeing the top 5. Are they going to get one tonight, on Thursday against the Warrington team? They've already beaten twice at the Halliwell Jones.
Well, they were delighted that Warrington won on Saturday, because obviously the celebration is what they're doing from there. And Warrington played Saturday. Salford, as you said, have had 10, 12 days off, and Warrington on the drink. So Salford, plenty of confidence. They want to make the 5, and Hastings is in great form. Brilliant win against the Black and Whites. Plenty of points from there, and I think you can only go for Salford, can't you? Because Warrington, they will know the next 3 fixtures from there, what they need to do to make the 5. They're still celebrating. Salford want to make the 5. They're desperate. So I'm going Salford to beat Warrington. I'm going to Salford. Sorry, Salford fans, but I'm tipping you this week, and I'm going for them to beat Warrington by 14.
I think the fact that Salford can go level with Warrington is a massive incentive. I think the fact that
could go above them if they're beaten by 24 points.
I think the other thing that it's really interesting now is points difference, because it looks to me like somebody could miss out on the 5 on points difference. It could even be 2 clubs that miss out on points difference. So the worry for me from a Warrington point of view is not whether they can win this game, because I actually think that there should be a cup hangover. I think it's a scandal that they're being asked to play.
Yeah, it's a disgrace.
And I actually think that the one game they would have picked that they didn't want to play was going to Salford.
Second highest point scorer in Super League, Salford.
Yeah, and I think Salford will be rubbing their hands together, putting all the welcome mats out there, and well done.
Yeah. Here's a few bottles of beer.
Round of applause, you know, guard of honour, whatever you like. You're great, well done. And then they'll beat them by 20 points. And that will narrow the gap between the two, so that the final 2 matches, everything's on the line.
Okay. Very good. Where are you going, Rich?
I'm going to go with Warrington, just to upset the Salford fans. No, I'm going to go with Warrington anyway. It's a difficult one to tear apart anyway, isn't it? Toby asked the question about where Jack Hughes should play following Ben Westwood's retirement, whether he should move to loose forward next year and Ben Burton was in the second row. We'll answer that next week, Toby.
I don't think Warrington have finished recruiting for next year.
There you go. I'm just going to go with Warrington. For the fact that they've just turned up for training on Wednesday, they'll be euphoric. They'll still have that adrenaline coursing through their veins. That's all for the bad. Let's go for Warrington by 8.
Huge game for Salford. They've beaten Warrington twice already against the odds. You'd say everything's in their favour to win again, but you've still got to go win. And I think what Warrington did at the weekend is show they're no pushovers. When they turn up and play, they will more than likely win. However, I just think it's so bad that they're playing on Thursday. We played on Saturday, and I think Salford rejuvenate. Probably had a few bumps and bruises, a few more than even we knew about or suspected they may have. So Ian Blease, so Jackson Hastings, so all the other Salford fans that come out and moan every time I don't say you're going to win. I'm going to say you're going to win this week, right? And if you don't win, I'll see you next Monday, right here, 6 o'clock, on this show. I want an apology of every single one of you. Salford to win. But it'll be tight. I'm going Salford by 8. Hull FC against Crisis Club, Huddersfield Giants, Gary Schofield. Surely only one outcome. But the last time these 2 teams met, Huddersfield won 55-2.
Well, Gary Schofield down.
You just... Oh, please. I don't know where it's
walked out on one club, sacked by the other.
Signed for a fortune by the other.
Did they keep the receipt?
What a load of toss. But I'm going to say, I don't know which fans hate me most, the Giant ones or the Black and White.
No, you're the king of Hull now. You're the new king of Hull.
Oh, right, okay. But yeah, I would imagine Radis, he will be mentioning that it was absolutely diabolical performance, wasn't it? At Liverpool from there. He'll want a response to what happened at Salford 2 weeks ago. I can't have the Giants whatsoever. I feel sorry for Simon Wolford. He doesn't have a clue what his best side. I don't have a clue where to play his best players. There's no combinations from there. The confidence is shot. Radders will want a reaction. He knows that points difference is massive for this top 5 because when you look at it, they're minus 66. He will want an avalanche of points on Friday night, and I think they'll get it. He will want the response to what happened Salford, and I'm going for the Black and Whites to easily beat the Giants, and I'm going to beat them by 32 points.
Come Friday night, Hull could be second. And I think Lee Radford knows that every time they get in a position where they can lay down a marker, they haven't. And they're now running out of time. If they seriously look at possibly getting to Old Trafford, this is a game that they can't even think about not winning. They're playing a team that has no confidence, that doesn't know their best selection, who, for whatever reason, the coach is pulling his hair out because they're doing it in training but they can't do it on the field. Forget that magic weekend result, other than Hull will use it for motivation, because I don't think Huddersfield can get back to that level with where they are at the moment. I think Hull will win this. I think they'll win it relatively comfortably, possibly by, what did you say, 24?
32.
32. I got 24.
I'm going to go slightly more. So this is that nailed on Huddersfield win now, isn't it? Hull are good, but inconsistent because they, the league table says that. Huddersfield are not very good, but they're also inconsistent because I was there when they scored 50 odd points against them at Anfield, and I still don't know how that happened. Hull by 28.
Week off's come at a good time for Huddersfield. Probably needed it mentally more than I think if they'd played last week. They could have been playing West Wales Raiders last week. I think they'd have had all on to beat them. Sorry to our listeners at West Wales Raiders, but I just think mentally they're frazzled, and I think maybe a few days away from them will do them good. They'll go, they'll keep it tight, they'll try and grind out a victory. I think it'll be really tight, this one. I'm not convinced at the minute by Hull. Again, I stand to be corrected. They might come out and win easy. I don't think they will win easy. I think Huddersfield, right, have got to be smart. And if they get beat, they get beat by 12, not by 32. Because if they get beat by 32, then you're in trouble. Yeah. So you're almost now, they are in danger, points difference. They get a shellacking this week, they're in big trouble. That'll be on their minds. Don't get beaten by a lot. I'm going to go Hull, but I'm going to go Hull by 8. Right, St Helens hangover from the cup final in the fact that they didn't turn up against the Castleford Tigers. And you're looking at there, what have they got? Hull and Wigan to come. Is it must win for Castleford?
There's no doubt about it, and also as well, Castleford and certainly the coach Darrell Powell would have been willing to play St Helens side and hangover from the Challenge Cup where they would have been full of alcohol rather than feeling sorry for themselves after the way they played on Saturday against Warrington. So psychologically now, for both coaches, Holbrook, he'll want a reaction from that defeat. It doesn't matter now about the hubcap, does it, because the way clear from there, but he'll want a reaction, he'll want a response, he'll want to make sure that the confidence is getting back into his players, but it's not a result what Castleford would have wanted, and certainly when I saw him against Huddersfield just over 10 days ago, wasn't convincing. Saints will want a reaction, I think they'll get it. I don't think Daniel's locked. They're up to beating St Daniel's on Friday night. I'm going Saints. I'm going Saints by 16.
Saints being presented with a league leaders shield.
Oh.
Well done, lads.
The only thing
You might as well say to Warrington, can we borrow? You're not playing Friday. Can we borrow the Challenge Cup? And it'll be like Jim Bowen on Bullseye. They'll have two blokes with brown coats on pushing the Challenge Cup off and going, "Here's your bendy bully, lads. This legally, here's your bendy bully, lads."
The St Helens players on Friday night, they'll do to that hubcap what they did to their medals when they got home. Just put it in the bin.
Well, they under-celebrated last year. I think they'll even under-celebrate even more.
I think the only thing they can do is put in a winning performance to make that presentation have any meaning whatsoever. The only way you can hit back on the huge disappointment of not winning a major trophy, and I do think the League Leaders' Shield should be classed as a major trophy. Whether it is or not is a debate for another day. And I think they have to put in a performance. They have to rid themselves as quickly as possible from the thought, as you said at the beginning of the programme, do they bottle the big games? They need to re-establish themselves as a team that are worthy of being 16 points clear at the top. And I know that Liam Watts might be fit, and he was initially ruled out for the entire season. If he plays, that's a massive boost for Castleford. But I just think Castle are a bit busted this year. This isn't their year. I don't think they're playing as well as Salford are. I think they are one of the teams that are going to miss out on the 5. I'm going to go Saints by 12.
I've just watched myself lift the League Leaders' Shield. I'm going to turn that into a gif. It was wonderful. I look like a right prat.
I think we've got more examples of that, mate, don't
Well,
we?
yeah. Jason says Cass haven't won since 1992 at Saints and won't happen this week either. And I tend to agree. Sadly, their season is in danger of fizzling out somewhat. They're relying on the women to win everything. Are they
What,
Castleford Tigers? Well, the Challenge Cup, yeah. Don't mention that. The Leeds people will be excited again. St Helens to lift the League Leaders' Shield in style by seeing off the Castleford Tigers on the telly by 6 points.
Cass never win at Saints. And the thing in me says they're not going to win again, but again, we don't know what will happen to Salford on Thursday. If Salford get beat, the door's open for Castleford.
Absolutely.
I think Castleford's running is too great. I think it's going to be I just think it's going to be a horrible night for Saints, because they could win by 50 and everyone will go on going, oh, we didn't win last week, did we? It's just a game they don't want.
But they have to re-establish their credentials.
Well, they do, but Castleford have got to win to save their season. I think Cass are going to win. I think Saints, I think they're shot. They were that bad at the weekend. I don't think there'll be a lot of soul searching going on there. How can we be so good one week, so bad the week after? Cass have got to win. I'm going Cass. Golden point to give it the most naff League Leaders' Shield celebration ever.
Since
Cass
last year.
winning golden point by 1. Catalans Hull KR, this is a huge game. If Hull KR could have picked a team to go play this week, I reckon it would have been the Dragons. The Dragons ain't no good at the moment. Despite that, if they win, well, they won't be in the top 5 this week because their points difference is so bad. But they will still be in the mix for the top 5. It's must win, I think, for both teams. Where are you going, Sky?
It is a must win, but Catalans, I'm not having them. I'm just not having the attitude of the players. I'm just not having the sort of pride that they don't have in that Catalan jersey. And I think the Rovers, you just mentioned it there, Mark. If they could have picked anybody to go away from home, it would be the Dragons. And I think Hull KR, the pressure's off them a little bit because they're not playing at home. I don't think they can handle the pressure of being at home from there. I think they'll be more relaxed. They'll enjoy the way that tournament wants to play from there. And I think they will beat the Dragons. I'm just not having the Dragons from a point of view where I think they've chucked it in. They've got the Factor 6 on, they've got the King Edwards out, they couldn't care less about the rest of the season from what I've seen so far. Hull and Rovers will get a performance. I think the Rovers can beat them by 10.
I think the interesting thing that you picked up on there was that Hull KR are a very different team away from home with no pressure. They know that next week they've arguably got their cup final coming up. And if they could go into that game on the back of a morale boosting win, then that takes a little bit of the pressure off next week when they play London. So I think as you've said before, they need to recreate what they did at Leeds. Move the ball around, run a big team around, probably in the sun, which they haven't done since that game at Helens. Play without any expectation of winning, and they'll probably win. I think Rovers can win this. I also think that if Catalans were to lose, there'd be some real pressure on. The amount of games they've lost this year at home, particularly to teams lower down in the league, that if on the back of having lost at home to London, they then lose at home to Hull KR, I think there'll be a serious implication for the Dragons. But I think Rovers will do it by 2.
We're in danger of getting the light meters out here.
Oh,
I think
it's
to go
getting
off
dark,
'cause it's
isn't it?
getting dark. So, Richard.
Well, I'm going to keep our friend Sid happy because I think he wants us to tip against Hull KR. and I'm going to go with the Catalan Dragons for no apparent reason. I accept the fact. So I watched them the other week against London on Saturday. They were crap. I saw them live in the flesh against Leeds. They were terrible. But Hull KR, well, Wakefield beat them. Hull KR, Leeds.
Wakefield battered him, Rich.
Yeah, Catalans by 4.
Will the real Catalan Dragons please stand up? Will the real Hull KR please stand up? Hull KR was shell-shocked to that performance against Wakefield. Do Catalan Dragons want it or not? Or are they playing to get their coach sacked? Because that's how they've played the last 2 weeks. I just can't tip Hull KR. I actually said out of the 3 games they've got left,
Draw.
I think this is the one that they're more likely to win. But I can't bring myself, and I certainly won't put any money on them to win. Although saying I won't put any money on Catalans. But I think Catalans will turn up this week. I think Hull KR are in big trouble. I think I'll go Dragons by 7. Right on the Sunday, London Leeds over there for TalkSport 2. That game is live on TalkSport 2. London against Leeds. Gary, where are you going?
I think this is the game of the round. I do, honestly, and I say because I say London again. If they do win, they bring Leeds back into the mind, don't they? You know, this is why I'm saying it's the game of the round. Both teams have had the week off. Leeds after that defeat, big defeat against St Helens, the Broncos. Brilliant performance over there in France from there. Played in confidence from there. Boy, oh boy. London beat us at Leeds, didn't they? But I just feel as though Leeds, well, they both need the points, don't they? Boy, oh boy. This could go down to golden point, because what was it? It was only 18-16 Headley, wasn't it, the last time? This could go to golden point. That's how close this could be. I'm going Leeds, and I'm going Leeds by golden point. I can't go any further, to be honest with you. I can't. This is the game of the round for me.
London won by 2 points at Heading, and Leeds won by 2 points at the Magic Weekend. There's nothing between these 2 teams. They're both desperate. Whatever happens, it's not the end of the road for London if they lose.
No, it's not. Not far
because
from
they
it.
put themselves in a position
Far
where
from
the final 2 games that they've got, they're in the masters of their own destiny. Leeds will finally banish mathematically relegation if they win. I think from the amount of training that they've done over a period where there was going to be time off, that Leeds are taking this game incredibly seriously. I think you're right, it'll be close. I think it'll be high scoring on that pitch. I'm going to go Leeds by 4, as everybody would expect me to say.
Who do I want to win? I think Leeds are going to win. I think Leeds are going to win, and I'm saying this for the reasons that I can use this as psychologically, that I'm saying they'll win and then London win and they get back in the mess. And it's good to see it's on radio, because last time we didn't choose to do Wigan versus Wakefield versus Wigan on the radio at home. It ended in a big Wakefield win. Leeds by 6, not that I did decision.
Last time London got themselves where they were off the bottom, they had a really poor spell. They've made it a 3-game season. Leeds back-to-back wins over poor teams, look great. Played a good team last time, looked pretty shambolic, to be fair. The one worry I've got is I think Leeds at the minute feel they can score some points, and I think that's bad news for London. I've got a feeling it's going down to the wire, last game of the season. I think Leeds will make themselves safe this week. I don't like to say it, but does it come to a point where if London are getting beat, they go, right, sod it, next week. We've got to win next week now. And I think that could happen. I'm going to go Leeds by 18. Last game of the Super League weekend sees Wakefield will give themselves a Super League lifeline by beating Hull KR last time. They take on a rampant Wigan who could end the weekend second.
Yeah, well, Wakefield, they're divided out. What, they're 1 winning 12. Yeah, loads of consistency there, aren't they? They were absolutely ecstatic by beating a very, very poor and very ordinary Kingston Rovers side, weren't they? Absolutely delighted, Wakefield. Yeah, brilliant. 1 in 12. Congratulations. You're going to be playing a proper side on Sunday. That's the Wigan Warriors, and they want to be making sure that they've got a couple of injuries, but they want to keep this roll going. And if they can do, they want to make sure that they can finish in second spot. I don't think there's any problem with Wigan Warriors' attitude. They'll go there with the right attitude. They want to make sure they'll want to mix it against Wakefield. I can only see one winner, and that's the Warriors, and it's the Warriors by 16 for me.
I think that the team that will have got the most confidence out of what happened at Wembley on Saturday is Wigan. I think they will look at that and go, there is nobody that we need to fear, not that we feared anybody anyway, but if we can get ourselves into the right frame of mind and form going into the semis, nobody will want to play us. To do that, they have to win at places like Wakefield, where they don't have a brilliant record recently, taking a couple of fearful hammerings. But I just think that there's a groove that Wigan are in at the moment, and I'm not sure that Wakefield are at that level. I think it goes back to what you said about when Leeds faced a really good team, they couldn't handle it. I think the teams at the bottom, when they face the best teams, are not good enough. I'm going Wigan by 12.
The game earlier in the season was in the balance until David Rafita turned things around by marauding down the wing and setting up an amazing try. But unfortunately, Big Dave is not playing because he's broken. Wigan are the 2020 Super League champions. You heard it here last week. And 2020, yeah, they will be next year's champions.
What about this year? You predicted them this year as well.
Yeah, but I'm going early for next year as well. Even though we don't know what's happening in Super League next year because they haven't released any dates. And they will beat Wakefield in the Henry Paul derby, the best of the Paul brothers, by 12 points.
I've watched Wigan last few weeks. Said to you, I think we were there about 7, 8 weeks ago. We said the champions are back. They're alive and kicking. They've had the week off. Everything says they should win and win really easily. I just think the pressure valve's been lifted at Wakefield. They might well know, well, they will know pretty much. A win could keep them safe, and I think they'll get it. I think the real Wakefield will turn up this weekend. There were signs in that performance last week or 2 weeks ago of the team we expected to finish 5th. They've got a good record. They've got good memories against Wigan. It's not going to be easy. I think Wakey are going to do it. I think they will secure their Super League status. It won't be the end of the road for Wigan. I think I fully expect them to go on and make the grand final. But I think I don't want them 10 out of 11 or something. I think there might be a blip in the road, and I think it might be this week. I'm going Wakefield.
Do you want to tell them Bilko's stat?
Yes, you tell them. Read it out because we do.
Bilko's stat. All of the last 6 cup winners have lost the following league game, but Warrington did back up and win in the league in the last 2 times they were at Wembley in 2012 and 2010.
There you go. There you go. Thanks to Gary. Don't turn up like that next week, so whatever you do.
We'll get into the Royal Box next year.
Someone said it looks like the Royal Family, Jim Royal.
I said that could have gone worse.
Thanks to Gary. Thanks to Phil. Thanks to you for watching. Download the podcast. Thanks for getting in touch. Thanks to Rich, as ever. And remember, be nice on social media. Sick of it. Be nice.
Hi everyone over in the UK. Well, I'm here to tell you that come October this year, I'll be travelling to the UK to do a week-long talking tour. I'll be talking about everything in my life, my rugby league career, how I started, and of course how I finished this year. I'll be travelling to Leeds, St Helens, Hull and Doncaster to do live events. Go to rmsportsevents.co.uk to get all the information. I'll also be playing a couple of games of rugby league against an old foe of mine, Adrian Morley. The events also support Life for a Kid. Can't wait for it. It's going to be great fun. I love the UK. See you in October.